Is there anyone else out there in the vastness of space? What if the clues have been right in front of us all along, waiting to be uncovered? This question has haunted humanity for centuries. As we gaze up at the stars, our eyes fixated on the vast expanse above, there is a deep yearning within us, a longing to understand where we fit in the cosmic puzzle. And yet, what if we've been asking the wrong question all along? What if the true inquiry isn't about if there is life beyond Earth, but rather where and how we've missed it? Together, let's dive into the mysteries that may reveal the truth about life beyond Earth, and examine the signs that have been waiting for us to unlock them. Viking Mars lander, the first clue. In 1976, the Viking Mars landers descended to the red surface of Mars, carrying with them humanity's greatest hopes of uncovering the mysteries of alien life. The excitement was palpable. Scientists had crafted a series of highly sophisticated experiments to test Martian soil, and when one experiment mixed Martian soil with nutrients, something remarkable happened. A chemical reaction took place. For a brief moment, the world held its breath. Could this be it? Could we have found evidence of life beyond Earth? The reaction suggested that something was metabolizing the nutrients, perhaps life in its simplest form. A signal, perhaps, from a distant world, hidden in the sands of time. But then, the excitement quickly faded. NASA declared the result a false positive. The other experiments conducted by Viking showed no conclusive evidence of life. The reaction was dismissed. Yet, in doing so, it raised more questions than answers. Was the life we were looking for too small, too simple, or perhaps too alien for us to recognize? Could the key to Martian life not lie in complex creatures, but rather in microorganisms so tiny that our technology was ill-equipped to detect them? Could the first sign of extraterrestrial life have slipped through our fingers, buried deep beneath the Martian soil, just out of reach? What if the life we're looking for isn't the life we expect to find? After all, the search for life isn't always about seeking creatures that are similar to us. It's about understanding what constitutes life in the most fundamental sense. The chemistry of life could be far more complex and far stranger than anything we've encountered here on Earth. This brings us to an important point. If there's one thing we've learned from the history of science, it's that discoveries, particularly in the realm of space exploration, often need time. Time to process, to reanalyze, and to be seen in a new light. Could it be that the results of 1976 were simply ahead of their time? Could future generations, with more advanced technology, uncover the secrets that the Viking landers first hinted at? The evidence might not have been clear then, but perhaps, just perhaps, what we missed in 1976 could be waiting for us in 2076. Mars holds many secrets, and it's not just the surface that we need to consider. What lies beneath the surface? What unknown resources or ancient microbes could be hiding in Martian caves, buried under kilometers of dust and rock? As we look back on the Viking mission, it seems almost certain that Mars still has something to tell us. But we need to ask the right questions and be prepared to seek in ways we've never thought of before. The search for life on Mars hasn't ended, it's just evolving. With new missions like NASA's Perseverance rover and the hopes of sending humans to Mars in the future, the dream of uncovering life on Mars is closer than ever. The question remains, could the ancient signs of life that Viking first pointed to be just the tip of the iceberg? Only time will tell. And what if, as we look to the stars, Mars is only the beginning of the answers we seek? Just as Viking's mission ignited our curiosity about the red planet, it's possible that the search for life across the entire solar system and beyond is waiting for its moment to explode into reality. The wow signal, a cosmic message. But it's not just the planets we need to look at. The vastness of space itself may hold the key to understanding our place in the universe. In 1977, an unusual radio signal was detected by a radio telescope in Ohio. The signal was so strange that the astronomer monitoring it couldn't help but write, "Wow," on the printout. For 72 seconds, the signal pulsed, cutting through the cosmic silence. Its frequency was unlike anything we had ever encountered, strong, clear, and seemingly purposeful. Could it have been a message from another civilization, a signal that we've yet to understand? But then, just as mysteriously as it appeared, the signal vanished. Was this a communication from beyond our world? Or was it just the universe playing tricks on us? The "wow" signal is still unexplained, a fleeting clue that tantalizes us with the possibility that we are not alone. What if this was only the beginning? What if, one day, we finally decode the message, unlocking a conversation that has been waiting for us across the cosmos? Theories and speculations. Was it really alien? In the years following the "wow" signal, scientists have pored over the data trying to decode its meaning. Some have suggested that it might have been a reflection of human-made signals bouncing off satellites, while others believe it could be an anomaly caused by a natural event in space, like a comet passing by. But the truth is, no explanation has fully satisfied all the experts. Could it be that the signal was the first true sign of an extraterrestrial civilization reaching out to us, albeit unintentionally? If it was indeed a message from space, why was it so brief? Why didn't we hear more? Was it an invitation, a test, or perhaps just a stray signal from a civilization that was unaware of our existence? The idea that the signal could be something more profound stirs the imagination. Was the "wow" signal deliberately directed at Earth, or did it simply pass by on its journey through the cosmos? Could it be that alien civilizations are out there, but we have yet to find the right frequency, the right technology, to truly listen? So, what comes next? As the search for extraterrestrial life continues, we find ourselves standing on the edge of the greatest discovery in human history. The "wow" signal was just the first hint of what's out there. The universe is calling to us, and the answers may be closer than we think. Stay tuned, because this journey is far from over. Orion, an object of interest. As our search for answers continues beyond the planets of our own solar system, we have also turned our eyes outward, toward the unexplored reaches of the Kuiper Belt. In 2016, NASA's New Horizons spacecraft, having completed its historic flyby of Pluto, shifted its focus to an object lurking at the edge of our solar system, 15,810 Orion. At first glance, Orion seemed like just another icy body in the far reaches of space, nothing more than a distant rock orbiting in the cold. But something was off. Its rotation was unlike anything scientists had ever seen before. It spun at an incredibly fast rate, so fast that no natural object, not even one composed of ice and rock, should be able to maintain its structural integrity. Could this be a clue? Could Orion be more than just a random object, a remnant of something built by a civilization, ancient or otherwise, still spinning after eons in the cold, dark void of space? As the spacecraft moved closer, preparing to take a deeper look, something unexpected occurred. Communication was lost. The probe's sensors suddenly shut down, and all data transmission was abruptly cut off. The mission team scrambled to re-establish contact, but all their efforts failed. What had happened? Was this merely a technical glitch, or was there someone, interfering with the probe's operations? For a brief moment, Orion became a cosmic mystery, an object of interest that refused to reveal its secrets. Was this just a malfunction of technology, Or could it be that we were not meant to know the truth? What if Orion was more than just an object floating in the outer reaches of our solar system? What if it was, in some way, a silent witness, observing us from afar, silently watching, and waiting for the right moment to reveal its secrets? Was Orion a piece of a larger puzzle, an artifact left behind by a long-lost civilization, or perhaps a piece of technology from beyond our own comprehension? An ancient witness, theories about Orion's true nature. Perhaps Orion is not just a forgotten relic or an accidental discovery. It could be the key to a much larger, more profound revelation. Some researchers have suggested that objects like Orion may be part of an ancient network of interstellar artifacts, objects scattered across space by a civilization far beyond our own. The idea that these objects could be waiting for us to unlock their secrets ties back to an idea that has fascinated humanity for centuries: the possibility of a lost or ancient advanced civilization that once spanned the stars. Could Orion be a remnant of such a civilization, left behind as a marker, or perhaps a dormant sentinel awaiting activation? If the object is spinning so perfectly and with such purpose, could it be part of a technology designed to withstand the eons, a technology that we are only beginning to understand? The mysteries surrounding Orion add fuel to the fire of those who believe that humanity may not be the first or only intelligent civilization to have risen to prominence in the universe. Could Orion be a remnant of such a civilization, left behind as a marker, or perhaps a dormant sentinel awaiting activation? If the object is spinning so perfectly and with such purpose, could it be part of a technology designed to withstand the eons, a technology that we are only beginning to understand? The mysteries surrounding Orion add fuel to the fire of those who believe that humanity may not be the first or only intelligent civilization to have risen to prominence in the universe. Ancient art, alien encounters, or human imagination. As we look to the stars, it's not just modern science that provides us with clues. Ancient art, too, offers tantalizing glimpses into what might have been. Could it be that the stories hidden in the symbols of ancient cultures contain truths far beyond what we can understand today? One such example is the 15th century painting Madonna with Saint Giovannino, where a strange disc-like object hovers in the background, watched by a man and his dog. Could this be evidence of an ancient encounter with extraterrestrials? Some believe that ancient cultures, long before we ever ventured into space, depicted what they saw in the skies, beings from other worlds. The depiction of this flying object in the painting, which is strangely reminiscent of modern UFO sightings, raises fascinating questions. Is this just a figment of the artist's imagination, or could it be a real depiction of a forgotten event, one that predates our modern understanding of space travel? As we dig deeper, we find similar symbols and stories across the world: strange beings, mysterious crafts, and enigmatic symbols captured in ancient paintings, carvings, and texts. In the cave paintings of India, for example, we find images that seem to depict aerial phenomena, unusual, geometrically precise shapes in the sky. In ancient Sumerian texts, we encounter references to gods descending from the heavens in flying chariots. Could these be mere mythological representations, or do they point to something real, something that ancient civilizations were trying to communicate, passed down through the ages in the form of art and lore? The connection between these ancient depictions and modern-day UFO sightings is hard to ignore. Could it be that humans, throughout history, have been trying to understand phenomena that were far beyond their ability to comprehend? Or could it be that these ancient cultures truly had contact with beings from another world? The consistency of these sightings across cultures suggests that perhaps our ancestors weren't merely imagining these encounters, but were in fact witnessing something extraordinary. If we take a step back, we begin to realize that many of these depictions might not be random. The ancient cultures that left us these messages were not primitive in their understanding of the world. They had advanced astronomical knowledge, and many of them had the ability to chart the skies with incredible precision. What if they saw something in the sky that we would now consider to be of extraterrestrial origin, but they lacked the vocabulary to describe it as we would today? The disc-shaped objects in these ancient artworks, the gods descending from the sky, might not be purely symbolic representations. They could be depicting something real, something they encountered, something that had profound meaning for them. But there is another possibility. Could these ancient depictions be projections of human imagination? After all, ancient cultures were deeply spiritual, and many believed in gods and celestial beings. What if these UFOs were just metaphors, symbolizing divine intervention or celestial forces? Are we, with our modern lenses, seeing something beyond what the artists ever intended? Could it be that our current understanding of the universe is influencing how we interpret these ancient symbols? This question is important because it touches on a fundamental issue in the search for extraterrestrial life. How do we recognize evidence of alien encounters, especially when we have no real frame of reference? Could it be that we are missing clues simply because we don't know how to interpret them in the context of our current scientific knowledge? The truth is, we may never know whether these ancient artworks are depicting extraterrestrial encounters or if they are symbolic representations of human imagination. But what if they are part of a larger cosmic puzzle, one that humanity has been trying to solve for thousands of years? Perhaps, in the end, the truth is a synthesis of both the ancient and the modern. The search for extraterrestrial life is not just a scientific endeavor, it's a quest for understanding our place in the cosmos, for deciphering the messages of the past, and for connecting with the mysteries that lie beyond the stars. Proxima Centauri, the vanishing signal. In 2019, a strange signal was detected coming from Proxima Centauri, the closest star system to Earth, located just over 4 light-years away. Proxima Centauri has long been a subject of fascination for astronomers, not only because of its proximity, but also because of the exoplanet, Proxima b, that orbits within its habitable zone. Could this signal be a sign that we are not alone? When the signal first appeared, it seemed to carry all the hallmarks of a techno-signature, a sign of intelligent life trying to reach us. Its structure, its strength, and the narrow frequency range in which it was found were all highly suggestive of something artificial. It was as if the universe had sent us a message, a beacon, guiding us toward the possibility of life beyond Earth. But then, just as quickly as it appeared, the signal vanished, leaving behind only questions. Scientists scrambled to reobserve the source, but the signal had already disappeared, without a trace. No explanation, no follow-up, just a moment of hope dashed by the vastness of space. Was this the first meaningful contact from an alien civilization, or was it simply an anomaly, just a fleeting moment in the cosmic void, easily lost among the background noise of the universe? The mystery of Proxima Centauri's signal echoes the mysteries we've encountered throughout history. The WOW signal of 1977, the unexplained bursts of radiation from deep space, the strange cosmic phenomena that continue to defy our understanding, all of these occurrences add to the growing body of evidence that we are on the brink of discovering something extraordinary. But the truth is, the search for extraterrestrial life is still ongoing, and these signals may be just the beginning. The search continues, a new era in space exploration. The discovery of Proxima Centauri's signal and the ongoing mysteries of unexplained cosmic phenomena mark the dawn of a new era in space exploration. With missions like the James Webb Space Telescope and the upcoming endeavors to send humans to Mars, we are on the cusp of a great leap forward. The question now is not just about finding life, but about understanding what it means for us as a species to make contact with another intelligent civilization. Perhaps, one day, we will find the signal we are waiting for, clear and unmistakable, one that answers our questions and opens the door to a new era of interstellar communication. But until that day comes, we must remain vigilant, continue exploring, and never lose hope that the answers are out there, waiting for us to find them. So, as we look up at the stars, we are reminded that the universe is waiting for us to discover it, waiting for us to reach out and make contact. The journey is far from over. Stay tuned and join us as we continue to explore the mysteries of the cosmos, because the truth is out there, and we are on the path to finding it. Neil Armstrong, silence on the moon. Back here on Earth, we've had our own brushes with the unknown. Apollo 11, the first mission to the moon, is one of humanity's greatest achievements. It was meant to be a triumphant step forward for mankind. But behind the historic moments, there are stories that have remained untold. Neil Armstrong, the first man to walk on the moon, reportedly saw something strange during his mission. It's said that, during a brief communication blackout, Armstrong spoke about seeing objects, something in the distance, watching them. But when asked about it, he remained silent. Was Armstrong simply seeing things, or was he trying to communicate something that NASA didn't want the world to know? Could it be that what he saw on the moon was so extraordinary, so shocking, that he couldn't bring himself to speak about it? And why, after all these years, is Armstrong's account still shrouded in secrecy? What if the moon is hiding more than we think? What if the answers to some of our most pressing questions are buried in the lunar dust, waiting for us to uncover them? Could Armstrong's cryptic comments have been a warning, a message that we are not meant to uncover, at least, not yet? The lunar mystery, what did Armstrong see? The silence surrounding Armstrong's encounter has fueled conspiracy theories for decades. Some believe that what Armstrong saw was evidence of alien life, perhaps structures or ships on the moon that NASA didn't want the public to know about. Others claim that Armstrong may have witnessed an advanced technology, possibly remnants of an ancient civilization that once inhabited the moon. The idea that there is something more on the moon is not just the stuff of science fiction. In recent years, new lunar missions have uncovered odd anomalies in the data and images they've gathered, images of what some say look like artificial structures buried deep beneath the lunar surface. Could it be that Armstrong saw these structures from a distance, something his team wasn't prepared to acknowledge at the time? Consider this. The Apollo 11 landing site is one of the most well-documented in human history, yet we've only seen a fraction of the moon's surface. The lunar modules, the equipment, and even the astronaut footprints remain there, as clear as day. But what if there are other areas on the moon that have never been explored, regions that could hold the key to understanding not just the moon's past, but the past of intelligent life in our solar system? Unseen structures. Could there be a hidden truth on the moon? What if Armstrong wasn't just seeing distant objects, but something far more complex, something built with purpose? The idea that the moon could have once supported life, or may still harbor traces of life, has been gaining traction among certain researchers. Some even suggest that the moon could have been an artificial satellite, placed in orbit by an ancient, extraterrestrial civilization. Theories about hidden structures on the moon are not just confined to fringe beliefs. There are several accounts of unexplained objects appearing in lunar photographs from both the Apollo missions and recent lunar reconnaissance satellite imagery. These objects, though often dismissed by mainstream science, bear a striking resemblance to artificial structures. Could Armstrong have witnessed these structures, or did his team come across evidence of something even more extraordinary during their brief stay? If there were structures on the moon, would NASA have shared this information with the world? Or would it have been deemed too sensitive to reveal? Given the importance of the Apollo 11 mission and the attention it garnered, It is possible that certain findings were deliberately kept from the public eye, perhaps to avoid causing panic or to maintain national security during the Cold War era. The search for the truth. As we continue to search for answers about Armstrong's experience and the mysteries of the moon, we must remember that the truth is often hidden in the silence, waiting for the right moment to be revealed. The questions remain: what lies beneath the lunar dust? What secrets does the moon hold? Perhaps the answers are not far off, and the next chapter of space exploration will finally uncover what Armstrong saw and what NASA may have been keeping from us all along. Stay with us as we continue to peel back the layers of the unknown. The moon is waiting, and the answers are out there, waiting for us to find them. The Nazca Lines, a cosmic message in the Earth. Finally, we turn to the Nazca Lines, mysterious geoglyphs carved into the earth of Peru. These massive designs, only visible from the air, have baffled researchers for decades. The sheer scale of the lines, some stretching more than 9 kilometers across the desert, is staggering. How could a civilization, without modern tools or aerial technology, have created such precise patterns? For years, experts have debated the purpose of the Nazca Lines. Some argue they are simply artistic expressions or religious symbols, while others believe they may be far more significant. Could these ancient markings be more than just art? Could they be a message, intended for the heavens, a cosmic beacon pointing towards something greater than ourselves? What if these geoglyphs weren't just meant to be seen from the ground, but designed specifically to be visible from the sky? When viewed from above, the Nazca Lines form complex shapes, animals, plants, and geometric patterns that cover vast stretches of desert. The question is, why? Why go to such lengths to carve these patterns, if not for an audience far above the Earth? Could these designs be a form of communication with extraterrestrial visitors, marking the land as a message for those watching from space? Theories about the purpose of the Nazca Lines. One popular theory suggests that the Nazca Lines were constructed to align with astronomical events. Some of the lines are thought to point directly to celestial bodies or are positioned to mark solstices and equinoxes. Ancient cultures had a deep understanding of the stars, and the Nazca people were no different. Could these lines be part of a larger astronomical map, designed to communicate with visitors from the stars? If so, were they intentionally designed as a message for extraterrestrials, a signpost pointing to Earth from afar? The idea that the lines were created as an ancient airstrip for alien visitors also persists in popular culture. Some believe that the Nazca Lines were not only visible from the sky, but were actually intended to serve as landing markers for extraterrestrial crafts. The immense scale and symmetry of the designs would have made them visible from space, marking Earth as a place worth visiting. Could this have been an ancient attempt at establishing contact with other civilizations, one that, for reasons we may never fully understand, was abandoned or forgotten? But if these designs were meant to signal to extraterrestrials, why are they hidden in plain sight, buried in a desert that remains sparsely populated? Could it be that the Nazca Lines were not meant to be seen by just any civilization, but rather by those who knew how to look? Maybe it wasn't an invitation for anyone to see, but rather a message for those who could recognize its importance, a beacon that only the right observers, those with the ability to understand, could comprehend. Alien presence and ancient contact, a closer look. Many people around the world believe that the Nazca Lines, and other ancient monuments like them, are evidence of ancient alien contact. From the pyramids of Egypt to the stone circles of England, the mystery of these massive structures is often linked with the idea that ancient civilizations may have had assistance from beings not of this earth. Could the Nazca Lines be another piece of that puzzle? In ancient cultures, gods often descended from the heavens in chariots or vessels, and their arrival was heralded by symbols in the sky. The Nazca people could have had a similar belief, or perhaps they had a real encounter with extraterrestrial beings. Some suggest that these beings, far more advanced than us, might have left behind these massive geoglyphs as a way to communicate, either to mark their landing site or as part of a ritualistic offering to visitors from space. Could it be that the Nazca lines were created as a mark of reverence, a way to honor extraterrestrial visitors? What's intriguing about this theory is the idea that the geoglyphs are not merely symbols, but a form of cosmic communication. We know that ancient cultures were highly attuned to the stars, and many of them used their knowledge to map the sky and predict celestial events. What if the Nazca people, too, were responding to a signal from beings beyond Earth? Perhaps the Nazca lines are not just a relic of their culture, but an artifact of contact, a message that we are only now beginning to understand. Modern discoveries and new perspectives. In recent years, new technology has given us a closer look at the Nazca lines. High-resolution satellite imagery, along with ground-penetrating radar, has revealed previously undetected lines and shapes, further deepening the mystery. Could this discovery mean that the purpose of the Nazca lines was even more significant than we originally thought? The search continues. The question of whether we are truly alone in the universe remains unanswered. We've looked to Mars, to the Moon, and far beyond our own solar system. We've uncovered strange signals from deep space, stumbled upon bizarre anomalies on distant planets, and even unearthed cryptic messages in ancient art. But despite all these discoveries, the question lingers: are we truly alone?